seeing TSLRevival versus EvilCatStorm in just a couple of moments. Now, you might be
You just
saying,
said.
say,
Oh, what?
I was going to say, you might be thinking, who is EvilCatStorm and why do I want to watch him play Revival? I don't know who EvilCatStorm is, but he's a high-level player on the Korean/Taiwan server, and he's made it through the first round of the tournament, so he's got to be pretty damn good, right?
Is he? Is he Storm? Is that? I believe that's an actual player. I'm
I
gonna go ahead and look.
don't think so. I'm looking at his profile right now.
All right, maybe
I'm trying to navigate through Chinese menus, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me for a moment. Okay, he is a high-level Masters player on the Korean tournament, on the Korean server. So he's gonna give us a fantastic game. That I promise you.
I think I've seen him play Beastie Cutie before.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know.
All right. Well,
I'm
the
not certain.
countdown has begun. Nonetheless, just a few more seconds here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be getting into this game on GSL's Daybreak. It's gonna be Revival versus EvilCatStorm.
You were saying earlier that North American player
Right.
was probably tried his best, but what if he didn't? What if he just joined up and six pool?
He's like, "What's this thing? I don't even know. I'm just gonna join it."
I'm just yeah. What is this? I'm not even sure you know him well enough to say that he gave it his all.
That's true. And if my mic just spiked for a second there, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. It should be fixed now, and that is good because here we are spawning on GSL's Daybreak, and in the southwestern corner we have the red Zerg player. He is TSL's Revival.
Revival.
And then I will turn sound on, and spawning in the northeastern corner as the orange Protoss player. He's got a crazy name, but I have faith anyways. He's EvilCatStorm.
Storm. I'm gonna call him Storm anyway.
Yes.
It's just nice and easy. Evil cat storm, just angry felines falling from the sky. Just, Revival's just gonna be overwhelmed with cuteness and then overwhelmed with nails and sharp claws.
I have faith. I mean, he's going for a Forge Fast Expand, and just FYI, I am following your camera once again, Unctious, as I was not able to navigate the Chinese menus and fix my settings so that I could scroll with the middle mouse button.
Let's talk about that pylon position.
Okay.
Is that a little off?
No, I think it's fine.
You sure?
I think it's going to be close to the Nexus, but I don't think he's blocking it, and the Forge should be able to go down.
Yeah, I mean the forge will go down, but I mean that's like a
You think?
kind of weird wall off. Isn't that like 2 hexes or something?
Yeah, I think it'll be alright. I mean, it's a little bit different placement than we usually see. We usually see it a little bit closer to that supply depot, but it should be fine.
All right. Well, anyway, we do see the probe moving on in, going to try to scout out those gas timings, see if he's going to be going hatch first, which I believe Revival will be. He has no reason. No, never mind. I lied to you. He's going with a spawning pool first.
Yep, you're a liar.
I'm a big fat liar. But, this is GSL's Daybreak, and we haven't talked about this map yet.
No, we have not, and it's your favorite map, so why don't you talk about it?
You know me too well,
I
Jeff
do.
Earl.
I've cast with you too many times on this map to forget.
All right, so there's 2 Zelnaga watchtowers right in the middle, and this is absolutely essential to map control because these 2 watchtowers cover every possible route from your base to your opponent's base. So if you are controlling both of these, then you control every direction that your opponent can go. So
Right, every attack path.
every attack path. There you go. Now there are these destructible rocks in the middle, so Zerg players can go ahead and break those down, and they'll have multiple attack paths to go ahead and counterattack while an opponent is trying to move out. See Revival.
Ooh. So there was a block and the hatch went down, but the hatch was in the wrong spot, so then it had to be moved. So that was interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
We see a pylon block at the third as well, so EvilCatStorm getting a little bit zealous here. Or
Yeah, getting a little
bold,
bit
some might
zealous
say.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have the option to throw down some cannons. I don't imagine he'll do it, but it's very nice to see a player doing this because, Zerg players against a Forge Fast Expand almost always try to grab that early third. There's not too much of a reason not to do it unless you're going to put on some serious aggression or try to tech up very, very, very quickly. But, I mean, having that extra larva, having that extra income, there's no reason that players don't really like doing that.
Right. And
See, I told you, that extra pylon right there, see that?
Yeah, that is actually interesting. It's a bit of a weak spot. So
Yeah. Revival, if he chooses to go for banelings or something like that, he can actually go ahead and roll right through
these
there without much of an
lings
option.
are actually going to get right up the ramp as well, and they're not going to do damage, but unless EvilCat wants them to do damage by pulling his probes off the line.
Nearly all of them killing. I don't even need probes in my main, so...
Yeah, and what concerns me is that he only has 1 gas down so far. Usually after the expansion's done, you get your gateway done and such, you throw up 2 gas immediately. And so EvilCatStorm, perhaps with a little bit of a weird strategy coming out.
I mean, he could be going for a super aggressive, gateway timing.
Right.
Going for very very zealot heavy gateway timing or something like that. I mean, that screams
Hmm.
gates to me.
Yeah, and I mean, we do see the second guess has gone down, but you're right. I mean, it is not too late, so perhaps he just wants to get out a heavy zealot push on that third base, try and deny that third, which is of course something that Protoss players around the world like to do.
Yeah, I mean, denying that third is huge. If you can keep your opponent off of 6 gas, well, I mean, if you can keep him off anything more than 6 gas, let alone 6 gas, you're going
Right.
to be in a pretty nice position. A Zerg player on 6 gas will be able to start teching up fairly well, but he wants that extra count, that extra gas count to make sure that he can get those brood lords, make sure that he can get those infestors, so on and so forth.
Right, right. Well, back towards TSL's Revival third, we see that EvilCatStorm has scouted the third base, so he knows it's there. However, the Ling is chasing the probe, so that probe is not going to be able to throw down any proxy pylons, anything like that quite yet. And we
No, it's
see that Overlord positioning up in the top left corner. Nope,
over
the
here.
other top left, northwestern corner.
Oh, my other left.
Your
Yeah.
other left, Tom. That is a beautiful Overlord placement because that's such a popular spot for proxy pylons. So Revival really just clever to put his Overlord there. It's not going to let EvilCatStorm get any hidden pylons up in positions that he'd like, which makes that third base a lot safer.
Tactically, it's kind of a nice position to have that pylon because of the fact that there's no easy connection from here, this area, to this area.
Right.
They have to go around, and if they want to attack into it, they have to attack uphill.
Right.
So you can always fall back to defend that spot and try to reinforce. We see an Overlord moving in and a sentry trying to deny him that vision. Storm has actually been supply blocked a couple times in a row. That's definitely not going to help him. His opponent right now at 62 of 62 supply, while he is only at 44. And his opponent's just going to continue droning up and start developing his tech structures. He is throwing down that Evo chamber, and Roach Warren is about to finish up.
Yeah, now EvilCatStorm is a high-level player. He's a Masters player on this Korean server, so he knows what he's doing. And I'm wondering if these supply blocks are perhaps a result of being a little bit nervous facing a player like TSL's Ragnarok.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, having those like little bits of anxiety are definitely not going to help you in such a high stress situation.
Yeah, I mean, I know if I was facing a Korean pro, my hands would probably be a little bit shaky.
I mean, I have to bring up when that player at MLG went up against Puzzle, I believe, in a stage match. Just a random. I think he was Diamond. I don't even think.
Yeah.
I don't even think he was Masters. Random Diamond player going up against Puzzle was able to actually pull out some pretty cool tactics going out. So even though players might be nervous, we have seen them succeed before.
And speaking of cool tactics, we're going to have a Sentry Immortal drop, I believe, or maybe just straight Sentry. Okay, yeah, he's not going to wait for the Immortal. He's just going to go for the Sentries and try and get in there. Force field off the drones and kill as many as possible. Probably transform that, warp in the Zealots, of course. You know the drill. But this is a tactic that I really like and could do tons of damage if it gets in there uncontested.
Now the fear is that there's an Overlord right behind the base that might have seen it.
And here we go. Yep. It's going to fly over this
It's going to go move
thing.
right past that link. So Revival's actually going to know exactly what's going on right now. He's going to be able to prepare very nicely. He's not even going to need to get Spore Crawlers up if he doesn't want to. He should just be able to go ahead and move on with his Roaches, move them up,
Yeah, and there he
and
goes.
deny these sentries anything.
And as long as you park those units right in position, the drop, not going to be able to accomplish anything, which is quite sad. We even see this Overlord going out there to scout and get the exact timing of the drop. There it goes now.
I actually think he intended to crash into the vehicle, but it didn't quite work out for him. So Roaches are out here. Let's see if Storm actually tries to go through with this. Nope, saying, nope, nothing to see here, just scouting.
Yep.
Just,
Oh, he's going to block the ramp. He's going to go for the kill with this, but it's not going to work. There are too many Roaches there.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Queen's going to be able to take out that Warp Prism very quickly if it doesn't move out, so good thing. Now, can we check out Revival's vision,
Sure.
pretty please?
I will
Do you care?
Yep, I'm on Revival's vision right now, and my god, it is glorious.
It is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, we see
That's an
this
exaggeration.
This Ling
That might be taken up
spreading, this Overlord spreading, Lings everywhere. Look at this Ling down here. Fantastic. If you're wondering as a Zerg player how to get vision of the map, and I know some of my friends out there that play Zerg have issues with this, here you go, guys. This is how you do it, TSL Revival style.
All right, so Storm moving on in, trying to do a little bit of damage, but there are already Roaches here, and it looks like Revival is going to be moving on out. He's not that afraid. There are a few Roaches moving on towards that third to try to deny it. They're not going to be able to do that, but in the meantime, he has Roaches moving right up into the natural of his opponent.
Yes, and some Stalkers being warped in and Immortal are there for CatStorm, so I think he might be able to try and hold this off, but oh, look at those reinforcements coming from Revival. Huge stream of Roaches and Lings coming in, as well as upgrades being researched. I don't think EvilCatStorm has the macro to play, and he knows it, and he GG's out. Quick game.
Yeah,
Well played by TSLRevival, showing why he is such a dominant player.
I mean, he hit that timing beautifully. Right when his opponent was expecting that he was going to be going for his third, he was like, yeah, "You're not going to do that, thanks."
Yeah.
And then rolled right into that natural. So very cool to see. I mean, this player knows this game inside and out, and I love seeing him, being able to demonstrate just how well he knows those timings.
Yeah, and I just want to stress that was a master level player on the Korean server going up against TSLRevival, and TSLRevival just made mincemeat of him. Just absolutely destroyed, and that just shows how strong these players really are. They're just in a different league.
Literally.
Literally and metaphorically.
In a different league. But, yeah, so I think we're going to go ahead and head to a commercial.